Okay, I'm back. I'm now on the Quiet Fire feed. I was over on the Suzanne Cannon feed, which isn't a very interesting place to be. I'm just moving some lights here, so that might be better. There we go. Are you here? I apologize for before because I checked that last week and I didn't check it this week. And now I've just got to get my iPad back over on the right place, and then we're good to go. I don't even know what time it is anymore. What time is it, guys? Is it time? Yes, it is. Hi, Kathy Jo. I was over on the Suzanne Cannon feed, and that wasn't working very well. So I'm just hoping this... There we go. Ah, now I see it. Is everybody coming over here? I apologize. But you live and learn, right? I'm going to get smarter. At least I've got the camera the right way around this week. Yay! Okay, here's my little welcome sign. So welcome. Thanks for coming. So as I was saying before, that little welcome card, someone asked me about it last week and I didn't get back to them. I didn't know where they were, where I couldn't find it again. But they asked whether there was more of these cards, and you could make them with any one of Susan Tierney Coburn's flowers. And this one sat at the front door all during the Christmas season, because that is one of Susan's, that is her small poinsettia that I put on there. But you could change that for every month of the year and it would be very cool. So the next thing I wanted to show you was this week's welcome card. And this is particularly appropriate because we're doing ampersands. We're playing with ampersands today. Hi, Jen. Yes, you're in the right place now. I'm sorry. Let me just... Oh, there we go. This is getting better and better. Okay, let's get started. I know there's not too many people here, but hopefully we'll pick up some more as we go along. Hi, I'm Suzanne and I'm a calligrapher. And I should say that we started a Suzanne Cannon fan group, and what we'd like you to do is come over there and share your artwork. So anything you've done with the Quiet Fire stamps, dies, stencils, digital cutting files, I'd love to see them. I like all kinds of artwork, and that's part of the problem, isn't it? I got too many distractions. It's like, squirrel! Oh yes, gotta run over there and look at what's new. How many other people have that problem? Say, yes, Suzanne, I have that problem. Hi, Robin. You found me. Yes, take two. Sorry about that. Hi, Jackie. I see you there. Okay. Oh, and while we have Jackie here, let me mention that Creative Scrapbooker magazine is having their Taste of Creativation giveaway, and Quiet Fire is day 6, and I'm giving away over $40 worth of rubber stamps. And to play in that, you have to, well, the best way to do it is to go to their blog and read the instructions. So it's a really good giveaway. Creative Scrapbooker magazine always has awesome giveaways, so you need to follow them. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to say was I'll be on the Elizabeth Craft Designs blog on Sunday, and cherish would be the main word of that, so check that out. Yeah, it's Sunday. We've always been on Saturday. It's been a sort of a standing thing, and now it could be any day, so you'll have to keep your eyes open over on the Elizabeth Craft Designs blog. Okay. Oh, yes, then there's going to be a coupon code at the end of this broadcast. You just have to hang on till the end and then I'll give it to you. So this won't be as long as last week. I think once I've got it set up, I'm good and we're on the right channel. Kathy Jo is helping with links again. Today she's way over on the other end of the continent, hanging off the other end, and I'm hanging off this end on the west coast. She's on the east coast. So hi everybody, thanks for dropping in. So, okay, hello and welcome. And I'm going to take this away and I'll show you the project that we're going to do. So there's the little card that we're looking at. Warm and cozy. I think we all need that in North America this winter. As I was saying, we were boasting about the cherry blossoms last week on the west coast. Well, I think they're all shriveled up and gone and very sad. But what I wanted to focus on with this card was the ampersands. And what's the history of the ampersand? Ampersand, it's a corruption of the phrase "and per se." And it was actually stuck on the end of the alphabet for a while. It was the 27th symbol in the alphabet. Hey, Wikipedia is useful for something. Yes, I confess, I looked it up this afternoon. It comes from now I knew this part. It comes from the Latin E plus T written together to form a ligature. And you can find all sorts of weird and wonderful versions of it. But I stayed pretty, straight and narrow with this. Okay, so let me move that up. Sharon in Orange County. I'm not sure I feel that sorry for you. I wish I was there. Okay. Okay, that's a little blurb about the ampersand. And let me show you the dies we're going to be using, because I'll show you where the ampersands are. They're not all in one set. So this is the Calligraphic Elements 2, and it has 2 ampersands. Can you see that? There we go. That's better. It has 2 ampersands in it. And I like this one better. But this is the one you're used to seeing, I'm sure. Okay, and I have another ampersand in this set. And this is the Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. And there's the other ampersand. And it is slightly different from this one in that it has a longer tail. And we're also using warm in this card. Can you see that? Is that on the screen? Yeah. Warm from Warm Thoughts. And we're using cozy, of course. And we're using the snowflakes from Burr. Okay, that's what we're using there. Okay, now the cardstock that we're using is, the colored cardstock is 3 colors. This is the solid color cardstock. So we've got, these are 2 are basil. This is a coordinations. This is fussy, and paler is pinkini. They have quite a few pinks. The basil line has quite a few pinks, and I'm just trying to sort out which ones go best with each other. Some are more into the corals, and some are more into the purples. So if you want to use them together, you kind of have to be a bit careful. And then this is the coordinations, and I just chose it because it was the best match I had for the pattern paper, which is Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's the Moda Scrap Let It Snow collection. So you'll find it there. And the other paper we're using is the Elizabeth Craft Designs soft finish cardstock. And if you've never used this, you really should, because it's a gorgeous paper, and it's got a slightly pebbled surface. So when you blend with like distress inks, it takes on this wonderful look. It's just it's a really lovely paper to work with. So treat yourself and make sure you get some. Okay. So for this project, actually I'm going to bring that back. We're going to take a strip of the soft finish cardstock. So this is the width of that 8.5 by 11 package that you can get. I usually get the 100 pound just because it works for me, but you can get it in a lighter weight. So this is 8.5 wide by 3 inches high. So from that, not from that, with the extra stuff, you should cut some of the ampersands, and this is the ampersand from the Calligraphic Elements too. And also cut yourself some of the little snowflakes. Just a few of them. You only need 2 of the white. And then what you're going to do is from the pinkini, you're going to cut an ampersand. And you're going to cut cozy, and that's from the fussy. That's the darker one. And you can see some of the counter spaces haven't come out, so I'm just going to take my little awl. This is a bookbinding awl, and I'm going to just pop those out because sometimes they just stay in there. And I also use the awl for getting my dies out of the die cuts out of the dies sometimes if I need that. Okay, so once you have all those die cut, ow. There we go. Okay, we're going to go back to our panel, the 3 inch by 8.5, and we're going to measure up because we want to put these pretty much in the middle. We're going to measure up 1 1/4 inches from the bottom, and we're going to just put a tiny little dot there really lightly and put it down. And then I'm going back to my T-square, one of my favorite tools. Calligraphers love these things. So I'm going to just butt that up against the right side and line it up along that mark I just made, and just make sure that's the right way. And then grab my pencil really lightly. My calligraphy tutor would have said in 2 fingers, really lightly, and then draw the line. You want it really pale. Okay, so we've got that. Next thing we're going to do is take the ampersand, the pink ampersand, and we're going to put it in the middle. And I'm going to take my handy dandy glue dots, you know what I'm like with those. And I'm going to scratch. You can't see that. You know, I think I have this, let me push this up a little bit. I think I might have used this for, I'm going to stand up and pull it up a bit. Used it for doing some lettering, taping some lettering. Yeah, much better. Thank you, Robin. I might pull up a little bit more. Yeah. Wait a minute. Now I have to tighten things. Sorry about that. Talk amongst yourselves. There. Better? Okay. Sorry about that. Did it sink down? Hopefully not. Okay. So, my glue dots. You know my love affair with glue dots. So I'm just going to scratch a glue dot off, and I'm going to place it on the bottom of the serif. I'm rolling these glue dots as I take them off to make them smaller until Glue Dots comes out with a mini micro glue dot. This is what I'm going to be doing, I can tell. They kind of look at me strangely when I say, can you make a smaller glue dot? Okay, yeah, that was to get off the cat hair. Okay, and we're going to stick the ampersand right in the middle. And then we're going to take and do the same thing with warm and cozy. And I'm not going to put too many on here. I don't usually put a lot of glue dots on the back, but you don't need to sit there and watch me put glue dots on the back of things. Now, bring out your calligrapher, and this is the baseline that the letters were made on. And what we're going to do is we're going to line up the baseline of the letters on the line we've just made here. And we can cuddle it right up nice and close because they're different colors and it's going to be obvious that they're different words. And then we're going to do the same with cozy. And we're going to stick one on, usually one on each end and then maybe one on the flourish. At least that many. Now, if you're a really, really confident crafter like Els, then you might use clear double-sided adhesive, the tape, the full sheet, and you would die cut the adhesive on the back. And well, I'm not quite so confident as she is, because I use my glue dots and I also have my undo, my favorite backup in case I really mess up. It will take and lift the adhesive right off. It won't do it for glue. It has to be a dry adhesive like a glue dot or tape or you know, dry adhesive. So okay, and then this one, it's a little harder to tell where the baseline is for this because of the flourish underneath, but I think you can see the O there and the bottom of the Z. Yes, I'm Canadian. And the bottom of the Y is going to be just underneath that flourish. So, and the flourish actually holds the letters together so that you can't take and bend the whole structure. So, okay, let's put the C and the Z there, right there. Now, if you left this unstuck, then you could actually put the ampersand over the top, or you could intertwine the ampersand with the C. So keep that in mind for next time. Okay, so the reason you want to put the ampersand in the middle to start with is because you want to make sure you have enough space on either side, and then you can trim. So what I did with the sample was I did it just like this. Oh, wait a minute. We're forgetting something. Let me tell you what my original design in my head was. But didn't turn out so well. And that was to run a whole line of ampersands across the page and then put the words on top. But what happened was when I did that, the words, you know, even though it was white on white, the words got lost. And that's what you have to be careful with. We calligraphers work so hard to get these thins really thin that sometimes they can get lost in a busy background paper or something else that's going on in the background. So yes, don't forget this. But this is kind of fun to add the ampersands. You could go warm and cozy, and just keep going. So, okay, back to my glue dots. And these are the micro glue dots. And, oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where will I stick that? There, how about there? And you could pretty much see where the baseline is for this. Stick that on there. I could have nudged that up a little closer. And one more. Let's put that one up there. So add the glue dots wherever it's, you get two letters coming together is usually thicker, or the downstrokes are usually thicker. And then we'll just pop this on over here. Make it nice and straight. There you go. Okay. And then what you want to do is, now this is the trimmed version of this, and it is, what's the trimmed for? Trim the white panel to 6.5 inches. So, and yes, it's going to work. No, it's not going to work. See, I wasn't as tightened up as I was in the original. So we'll make this a little wider, which won't work well for the panel but behind it, but you know, this is live. You get all the warts. So normally I would do this with my cutter, but I don't actually film anywhere near where I do my creating. And there we have that. And then what you're going to do is cut a panel out of the blue lightning. Well, that'll work. There we go. And we're going to glue those together. But first I need to tell you, let's put the glue dots aside. And I think I mentioned this last week, this is the Tombow Mono Zero eraser, and it's got a pretty fine tip on it, and it's really a very nice eraser. I learned about it from the Zentanglers. So we do have a little bit of the line showing, so you can come in here with your eraser and just get rid of those spots, pick up any cat hair. He's not crying today. That's good. And that just lets you get into some really small places. I really like that. Oop. I don't know whether you can even see this. I can see it. Depends on the light. There we go. Okay. So we've trimmed the panel. We're going to cut the accent panel out of the blue cardstock that's about 1/8 of an inch larger all around, and we're going to stick them together. And you can use the Elizabeth Craft Designs. Oh sure, if I can find the end. This is my intelligence test for the day. Okay, and I'm just going to put it down this side. Or you can use glue dots too if you have those, but this stuff will not come off. Well, undo would take it off. But if you're worried about your cards falling apart, then this is the stuff. And that did all right. There we go. Kathy Jo needs that eraser. Okay. And then, now I didn't have any more of that Moda scrap paper, so I grabbed another kind of paper. This is that went pretty well. And that's what we're going to do. Now, what I use for my foam adhesive, I have to get stuff out of the way here. Let's hold tight. Is the Scrapbook Adhesives 3D foam squares. And last week I was using their black foam tape. These are the squares. And they do have bigger squares. I just didn't have any open and handy. And I like the bigger squares for this kind of job because it just covers more area. Also, if you do one in the middle near the edge. Am I off the screen there? There. And then take off the little backs. This card goes together really quickly. And what a great way to say hi to somebody. I'm thinking about you. As you're freezing your bits off. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! There. Now the only thing we need is some snowflakes. So those were die cut earlier. And now what's really nice is to pop these up. Now these of course are too big, right? So I actually am going to cut these little puppies up. Really, they're already tiny, Suzanne. So I'm going to cut them in 4. I'm probably off the screen. Sorry about that. When I grow up, I'll figure it out. Now, you know, I think I die cut these the wrong way around. And that gorgeous pebbled side is on the back. But you won't tell anybody, will you? There, now you can see there's still a little bit of that showing. And I have another product that I can show you in a little bit that helps get rid of that problem. And there's one up there. And of course, it doesn't show so much on the white, but if it was a colored background, it wouldn't be so good. And then I'm just going to take that and cut it up. And we'll pop that on there. And if you don't want to handle it, there's this great little tweezers from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And you can put that up there. I like things that hang off, but yeah, wherever. You could even put it over. No, don't put it over a word. There we go. We'll stick that there. There you go. And there you have it. And that doesn't take very long. Okay. Any questions? I'm actually looking at the screen right now. Yes. Els, Kathy Jo is my personal assistant. I don't see any questions. Tweezers are a must. They're a great tool. And these little scissors, whoa, they are so good. You just have to be a little bit gentle with them. Okay, so now I wanted to show you some variations on this because we were talking about the ampersand. So if you want to go into seasonal stuff, we have Hugs and Kisses, of course. So that's from the Hugs and Kisses die set, which I have hanging around here somewhere. Oh yeah. So, and you get sending hugs and the kisses too in that set. And so that's doing the same thing, putting the ampersand in the middle, putting the hugs and kisses. Now this turned out to be a lot wider than the warm and cozy. So I had to do a bit of finagling. And I also cut it narrower, but I didn't trim it till the very end. And if you want lots of little hearts, where did they go? I know I have a whole bunch of little hearts, see? Then get yourself the Hearts and Paw Prints set, because you'll end up with a whole bunch of dies, a whole bunch of hearts that are different sizes, different shapes. And you can't go wrong when you have a whole bunch of hearts. You can stick them anywhere you want. And also, don't be afraid of black. Everything pops on black. So black's a really fun color to work with, and everything stands out on it. So do the mistakes. But we don't want to talk about that. Also, if you want to do a line on the black paper, then use the soapstone pencil and use it the same way as I did with the T-square, and run the line across, and it will just rub off with your finger or the edge of your shirt, and you won't even see it. It's made for dressmakers, but paper crafters like it too. Okay, so that's the seasonal hugs and kisses. Can you hear the cat? He is throwing himself at the door. Poor kitty. He's not going to love me anymore. And then the last one I wanted to share with you is live and love. And that could also be live and laugh, love and laugh, because there's a laugh die as well. And then I just added the flourish that's in the flourished frame die set. So this is basically the same, except I use 3 panels, and they're all about 1/8 inch larger than the other. And that's probably really old Bo Bunny paper. Again, if I'd put these on top of the patterned paper, they'd practically disappear. So you really have to put them on a solid, or make it such high contrast that there's no missing it. So that's kind of all my wisdom for the day. Oh, wait a minute. I was going to show you Cool Tack as an alternative. So there's this product, and you can get it, I don't know where. I used to carry it. I don't carry it anymore. But it's a clear foam adhesive. It's a tape, and I like to put it on places, and I don't know if you can even see it there. It's actually holding that flourish up, and it holds it up and off the card face, and you can't see it because it's clear. And you just cut as much as you need off, and that's when these 2 tools are really, really handy. And I'll show you that in some other Facebook Live event. Okay, Kathy Jo, do I have anything else? I've shown you the alternative cards. Ooh, you probably want to know about the coupon code. And there you go. So if you use Facebook 15 at checkout on the Quiet Fire site, only on the Quiet Fire site, Elizabeth Craft Designs isn't playing this week on this. Elle's jaw would have been dropping. No, so this is on the Quiet Fire site. So you'll get 15% off any of the Away with Words dies. And that's good only till tomorrow night, so don't delay. And I'll be on, what else can I tell you? I'll be on the Elizabeth Craft Designs blog on Sunday with a Cherish design. And come and join us on the Suzanne Cannon fan page. I'd love to see what you're doing with the dies, stamps. Also, you can sign up for the newsletter in case you want a really interesting article like I put out the other day about the color of the year and using coral. Nobody mentioned it at all. So I don't know, maybe everybody knew everything about it. Anyways, I think that is just about everything. So there's the 3 cards. So get out your ampersands and use them because they're really fun. They're fun as a design element. Oh, and I've challenged the design team, and they were very quiet, to come up with other Away with Words dies that you could put together, like Live and Love and Hugs and Kisses and Warm and Cozy, which were 2 totally different designs. Hugs and Kisses come together. Live, Love, and Laugh were all released at the same time, so they're very similar. So, oh, Sandy, hi! You're here. Thanks for joining in. Okay, I don't have any questions about any of the products? No? Was the stern reply. Don't forget 15% off if you use the Facebook 15 code. And it's just at the checkout. And it's for the Away with Words dies on Quiet Fire Design. Yes, you have been quiet, Sandy. I see that. Thanks for coming, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you next week. I'll come up with something else and we'll have some fun. Oh, Sharon, there was no giveaway. It was a coupon code. The giveaway is on the Creative Scrapbooker magazine's Taste of Creativation. So you have to go to their blog and you'll get all the information about that giveaway. Does that help? Is there anything else? I mentioned the fan page, the blog, Taste of Creativation giveaway, and that's all through Creative Scrapbooker magazine. Okay, well, I'm going to say goodnight. And thanks for dropping in, and we'll see you next week.